Hello everyone, today I'll be making a very quick video on my opinions on the Microsoft and Activision Blizzard merger, because I kind of feel like I have a very neutral stance in the position. I was a Xbox fan, moved over to PlayStation after I kind of realized and accepted that Xbox, they don't care for the consumers at all. And to be honest, I've seen a lot of the Xbox fan people say that this is good for Xbox and this is Microsoft finally competing. And my question to you of that is how? They're not competing at all. They're just trying to buy their way to the top. And I feel like it's going to backfire on them anyway. The merger was blocked, and I don't think it's going to go through. I don't think they're going to be able to have or provide valid arguments as to why they will be, of how them buying this will be helping people, even though I know it's from the cloud. The cloud service is what fucked over the deal. But my question to you is, how is this going to help anything in terms of Xbox competing? Their actual first-party studios, their games, I hope they're good, but we've seen what they make, and they're not finished. They always seem to be needing delays. And God, for fuck's sake, you have the newest Gears. It's still, the guns don't load in. Guns still aren't loading in. There are textures that still don't load in fully. Like, there's weird glitches still happening, bugs. And then you have Halo, which is just a complete disaster of a game in my opinion, and I was really excited for that, and they just dropped the ball. Then you have the situation with Redfall now, which the game doesn't look finished. It has a Halo problem. The textures aren't loading in. Character models of demons, they don't seem to be of vampires. They don't seem to be loading in either. And then you have the 30 frames issue. How this game has been being made for so long, and then you have the help of Microsoft, and you're still releasing this game at 30 FPS? How is that possible? It's a shooter. It should be at 60. That's the standard. Then you have all these Xbox fans saying that it's not that 60 FPS it's not mandatory. Well, yeah, but then why are you shitting on PlayStation for little things about games with their games too? Like about how PlayStation, oh, you can't act with the environment. So what happens? Oh, and now moving forward, now Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West, for example, now you can cut down the environment and trees and shit. Like, the game is beautiful. The game is absolutely gorgeous, and Halo didn't look good, and it didn't look good when it came out. Forza is their best looking game. Every single Forza is beautiful. Redfall doesn't look impressive either, and that comes from a studio which made one of my favorite games ever, which was Deathloop, and Deathloop was fucking amazing. I love that game. I have over 80 hours in Deathloop. I loved it so much, and to see and now is it a situation where, is this a Microsoft issue? Is this the studio's problem? Because if this is a Microsoft issue, then we see a pattern of their first-party games just not being up to quality with PlayStation, and them buying Activision Blizzard, it doesn't change any of their actual first-party studio quality of games. You're still going to see lack of quality, because at the end of the day, the heart and soul of this deal and everything about Xbox is Game Pass. So my question is, how do you expect these games to be quality when we see the quality of these games going day one in Game Pass that is made by a first-party studio, Microsoft? In my opinion, Redfall should have been delayed. There is no reason as to why it should be coming out. The game should be delayed. The game has to be polished more, and the game has to be 60 FPS, in my opinion. You have to make it. The game looks dull and just bland. Like, I would delay it. I know this is not a first-party game, but Suicide Squad, Rocksteady made the right decision, in my opinion, by delaying it. There was so much backlash that they delayed it, and I think that was the right thing to do. You have PlayStation fanboys and the neutrals, which I consider myself to be neutral. I try to be very fair. I have when I talk about these things, but you have You have an issue where why are people uploading Redfall being 30 FPS when 60 FPS and environmental stuff and good storytelling and great and like all these things are good. Like the world's most powerful console, it isn't impressive. It's not making me want to buy it, and that leading me into everything else about the deal. Why is this deal going to make me want to buy an Xbox? Why does this, what makes me want to go buy an Xbox with this deal? I can play all these games with Game Pass on my PC. We just saw the financial standings on Microsoft recently. They're down 4% on game sales. They're down 30% on hardware sales, and they're up 3% on their services. So great. How amazing is that? Game Pass made $3 billion or $2 billion. Well, that's great. Well, guess what? If this merger doesn't go through, and they have to pay Activision $3 billion, all that revenue of Game Pass is already gone, and nobody even recognizes that. Like all the $2-3 billion is gone if the merger doesn't go through. So Microsoft, in terms of the gaming aspect, they're down negative. They don't have any positive upside at all. And then if this merger does not go through, how many fucking L's is Xbox going to have before they learn they can't buy their way and cheat their way to the top? PlayStation has earned their way to the top of being the best console to play on, and that is why I will continue to play on my PS5. Eventually I will buy a Nintendo Switch, and I will upgrade my PC, and there's no need for me to buy an Xbox. They don't provide me anything. They don't provide quality, and there's nothing interesting that, like, even Fable. I love Fable, and the same team's not even making Fable, so that makes me scared. Like that a whole different studio's making Fable, a beloved Xbox franchise, and with their past records of Xbox first-party studios, they're not good. Like, nobody plays Halo, nobody plays Grounded, everyone, millions of people play Forza, but that's like their best quality game that they have, and it's upsetting because the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One generation were phenomenal, and I don't know why they moved over just to Game Pass, and it's not going to be good for the brand of Xbox. And I don't see it being good for Xbox gamers at all, because everything is focused on Game Pass. They have to focus on Game Pass. They have to rush these games out for Game Pass. And we've seen, I've stated already, but we've seen the quality of these games because of Game Pass. They're not up to par. They're nothing that Sony delivers at all. And this is someone that played on Xbox for 11 years. I switched over to PlayStation when I realized, after I believe it was a 2018, 2019. It was right before God of War came out, and the E3 with Xbox, and I was just disappointed. I went out, traded in my limited edition X. I had the Scorpio edition. I traded in. I got a regular standard PS4 Pro, and I had the best experiences in 6 months on that console that I did throughout the whole 11 years of Xbox. And even though both consoles' outputs have been slow this year, I still have so many more great experiences on my PlayStation. Or at least if I didn't have a PlayStation, I would still go out to buy the PlayStation because of the games that they're providing. Xbox, they're not providing anything. There's no need for me to want an Xbox or go buy one. But I hope everything goes good, and I hope Xbox learns. If this does not, I hope the Xbox fan base and Xbox and Microsoft themselves learn from, if this merger does not go through, that you cannot buy your way to the top. You have to earn it, and you have to fund and nurture these companies that you already have and own. Otherwise, I don't see the Xbox brand really surviving that much longer than this. At this point, they're just making consoles just to compete with PlayStation for consoles, because if they could drop the console market, they would drop it in a heartbeat, because they don't care. They just want to sell Game Pass. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have a good day, and peace out. Bye.